to merchya.com/United Kaiju Podcast and check out our new merch. Don't wait, get your UKP designs now.
Just US Japan. So win-win.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of the United Kaiju Podcast. Today is a special episode. This is what we'll call a pre-GFest episode. And today we are joined by the amazing GojiFranklin. Good sir, it is an amazing honor. Yep, clap it up.
Finally having my man on the show.
GojiFranklin, it is an absolute honor to have you on the show, man. Welcome.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for having me on, man. It's a true honor to be able to be on here with you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Finally, right?
Absolutely.
Been trying to get this on for a while.
We are also joined by two wonderful gentlemen from Calling All Kaiju, a.k.a. CAC for short.
Yep, called CAC.
CAC. Good old Justin and MZ himself. Gentlemen, how are you two doing on this fine, amazing day?
MZ always first. You always have to go first.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
You look
happy to be here.
You look amazing, MZ.
Yeah.
Do I look like I just
like
woke
that.
up from a nap? Because
Yes.
I might
A bit,
have.
yeah. I'm fucking jealous. I'm tired.
You
I'm
look
like,
well
nah.
rested. I'll tell you that. You look well rested.
I slept
Look,
in
his
till, like,
skin is
almost-
very bright and
Well, we know. We all
I
know.
look
We know why.
I had
So
to fix.
amazing.
Oh, he got that facial. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is a
Goji
horrible
Franklin,
show.
be ready.
Anyways, all right. So, guys, once again, we have our lovely guest on today, and we are going to have our guest say the phrase that will not pay nor
Never,
cease and
ever
desist
pay.
us because Legendary doesn't want to hear it. So, fuck you, Legendary. My man, you know what time it is. Please bless the episode.
Yes, sir.
Take it away.
Daddy's home. Cake every night.
Yeah.
Do
Do you think that what's his name? Aaron. What's the actor's name? Aaron.
Aaron
Something-
Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Like one day he's like, someone caught my catchphrase. Like one day.
I wonder if he ever goes back and thinks about that with all these.
Right? Like,
Well-
it's not one of his great movies. I feel like we can all
no,
say.
his best movie. I'm gonna say, Bullet Train.
Yeah,
Bullet
I like
Yeah.
the Bullet Train.
Yeah,
If you
I
call
want
it
a
Craven,
spin-off.
I was gonna have to.
Oh, Craven. Yeah. Yeah.
You know
I can't
what?
listen to it.
I enjoyed Craven. I did. I enjoyed
Cut
it.
this motherfucker out
Really?
right now.
I did. I enjoyed it. I think it
I
was
fully
fun.
watched
I
it. I
think it
fell
was.
asleep.
I heard
listen,
it's worse than.
I mean, that's the same thing
Morpheus.
with me and like Star Wars, Rogue One, and all them shits. I fall asleep, and people are like, "How are you gonna fall asleep with Star Wars?"
I'm
Very
fucking
simple.
you up. I am fucking you. You don't talk shit
Yeah,
about Rogue
I'll
One.
break your
Uh-oh.
Everest. Shut up.
Can't be worse than Madam Web.
I-
It can't be worse
We
than
were-
Madam
we
Web.
were
I
gonna
didn't
say
even
that.
bother that fucking movie. I heard so much shit. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste my time like taking a nap during it. Like,
We're
fuck
gonna
that
get
shit.
into Ebra. Remember
Oh,
that.
we got.
Yeah, you're gonna get into it and thank the person who helped you out.
Mhm.
Yeah. So John, hang on. So I was able to secure my first
I really
purchase
don't care
for
about
GFest. John, Unite, not United. Godzilla fans.
Yay.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it
I was
right.
thinking
Holy
about
shit!
it.
And that's only because I helped them in this matter.
Yeah.
So
I was able to acquire. I think Goji Franklin, you're a collector. Would you consider this a holy grail? The Godzilla throwing Ebra
What company is it by?
X Plus.
X Plus.
X Plus? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
3
I would.
fucking years I've been trying to get one of these.
That's it. It's probably I have never seen it in person, but I imagine it's pretty.
Oh,
cool.
you're going to G-Fest, right?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's gonna be there, and we're all gonna because it's
Touch
a
it.
holy grail. Yeah, touch it. We're gonna take pictures with it.
Yes. I was
Yeah.
gonna say we gotta take
Yeah,
pictures.
we all have to get together and take pictures.
Yes.
All right,
One big family
Without a
photo.
doubt.
Of this
Well,
goddamn
I'll-
world destroyer.
Yeah, all right, we'll get there.
Oh,
Hold on.
We're not
gonna get
starting
there.
with that right now.
We're not
We'll get
starting
to
Oh,
with
that
that.
no, let's warm up. We're not going to
Alright.
walk
Yes.
off.
Let's get our guest involved first.
I got
shall we?
one
Yes.
question. So here's my first question. So I'm a big collector. You're a big collector. We're all big collectors. So
sir.
I have to. What movie did you like? All right, I'm like you watch. Like I'm gonna start collecting. What was the movie that inspired you to start?
So when we get into a topic like that kind of branches into what got me into Godzilla from the beginning.
Let's do that then. Let's go through that first.
So actually, all right. So it was really what first started my collecting, my love for this hobby and the character of Godzilla. It was Godzilla Save the Earth. You know, I've said this a few times on social media. Godzilla Save the Earth video game. That's what.
Okay, I was saying. I was like, oh.
So
This is a movie I've never heard of.
I knew what he was referring to.
Yeah, my stepbrother, when we first got acquainted, our parents were starting to marry and all that. He showed me that, and I was a little kid. I was 4 or 5 years old at the time, about when Final Wars and Save the Earth both came out. And so I really love dinosaurs. And when he showed me that, I was hooked. I was hooked on it. Hooked on anything Godzilla related. And I lived in San Antonio, Texas at the time. I remember I wanted to see a Godzilla movie.
What was it?
And so I think it was that same day we went to a store called HEB. For anybody who used to live in Texas, you know what HEB is called. We went there and they had Godzilla Final Wars. They had that.
That's your first movie?
So we got I think it was 4 or 5 movies. We bought Godzilla Final Wars, Godzilla 98, Godzilla 2000, and then the double feature of Space Godzilla and Destroyer. Final Wars was the first one I watched.
Okay.
And,
All right. So, all right.
Yeah.
I'll keep my comments to yourself. I'm not trying to keep my question long.
You get
Is that like your favorite movie?
That's the number one. That's my favorite movie, Godzilla Final Wars.
Oh boy.
We just agree to disagree. Agree. Wait, what's that? No, everyone has their own. Everyone has their own views and opinions about that film. I think, and I will say though, the one thing I really respect out of you
was the seatbelt.
Frank, is I never see you really like go after people that have a different opinion of the film, and that's awesome. I just posted about it, and a lot of people are like, how can you not like it? It's crazy, it's wild, and blah 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 blah. And it's like, but bro, there's also like 37 other films that get shitted on daily, and that's okay. But Final Wars has what armor now because it's his.
Final Wars is just
what?
untouchable.
No, everyone can like it. Everyone can hate it.
It is Final Wars. You can't touch. I don't know
Yeah, that's honestly what it feels like.
All right, but
I don't know why.
But what I get more shit on, it's between this hating Kiru or hating Final Wars. Oh my god, I'm like Satan or something. Like, I'm sorry, I just can't get into it. All right, I respect that, sir. That your first Final Wars, that's what got you into it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
See,
that's the beauty about
that.
Godzilla fans in general is like, because of the vast amount of media that we all have in terms of, we'll stay on topic with movies, the vast amount of movies that this franchise has.
Yeah, so many.
I think anybody saying any Godzilla movie is their favorite is a valid statement. Because for me, I love every single Godzilla movie, even the worst ones. Whatever somebody would consider the worst Godzilla movies, I still love them because it's my favorite character.
Gotcha. So you go that as favorite character. Respect.
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
love the character. Godzilla himself is my favorite fictional character of existence. There's not another fictional character that triumphs Godzilla for me.
Have you never met Death Kappa?
Nope.
He don't need. I don't want. I'm sick of you fucking slandering my boy's name. All right, that film, no, it don't count. You want to look up the real shit? You look up the yokai lore and legends. You look up the Death Kappa. That's the real shit. Not that horrible fucking film. Shut up, Justin.
I do not
come at you.
Watching, man.
Come at you.
Or on
Death Kappa. That's related to. I don't know if it's Kappa or Agappa, the Trifidian creature.
No, this is based on the yokai legends.
It's a bald-headed kaiju.
And
kids out of water.
It's a horrible movie on a
Ramon,
interesting on a Japanese folklore. Like that's
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like you could say it's Asylum Films fucking Sharktopus sort of quality in a sense in that area.
But all right, my question's answered. Thank you.
Superpowered from cucumbers.
Cucumbers are good though, all right? So
I like cucumbers.
They're good. They're good.
So I got my question for Mr. Franklin here. So you and I met in 2018. You were quite the name in the community, and even what are we at? 6 years later, you're
7 years later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that your name has gotten bigger, and not in the wrong sense at all. When you come to GFest, you're surrounded. People, you're a celebrity, bro. And what I'm curious about is if you could kind of acknowledge the change in your status and how that has reflected on how you now are in the community. Because you were young back then. Now you're a bit older, more wiser, maybe a little more stupider. I don't know. We all do stupid stuff. I do it all the
definitely
time.
a lot more stupid back then.
$20 is $20.
There you go. But like, how has the years gone by kind of molded you into the celebrity you are now?
Celebrity is it's a word. It's a word to use. You know,
it is, but you are.
You know. Yeah, I definitely feel it when I go to GFest and other conventions,
Absolutely.
like even All Monsters Attack. I was just at All Monsters Attack, and I still felt that.
Wait, in Chicago?
Yeah,
I was there.
you were there. You
Yeah.
didn't see me?
No, because I am
That's
very.
rude.
These
That's
guys know
fucked up.
I'm laser focused. They know how I am. I
This guy
don't
off
look
the
at
show.
anything else. But anyway, go back to John. Your question. Sorry.
No, I was saying, that's how it can be at conventions. You can be tunnel vision sometimes. You know, when you're locked in on certain things. But
Oh yes.
in terms of how like the difference between me now and me then, and how I molded myself as, you know, a key figure in this community. You know, back then I was 17, 18. I was young, I was stupid, a little dumb, you know, but very, very hyper. And I feel like, you know, there's so much that I felt like I wanted to do, and I didn't feel like I had the resources necessary to do what I wanted to do, but I was able to still produce something that got out and made me a name within this community. And now 7 years later, after being a little bit more wise and studying, you know, how social media works and how the algorithms work, how the Godzilla community works, and what to say, what not to say, how to interact with certain people, and just how to mold your personality, not even just as a YouTuber or a social media person, but just as a young man, you know, that's molded me into how I am today. And that's how I've kind of tried to elevate who GojiFranklin is. Someone who's more relatable, someone who's more chill, you know, it like treats everybody who I meet like family. Because at the end of the day, that's all the Godzilla community is. We're all family. We love the same thing. So I want to make sure
100%.
that
We're nerds.
we're nerds. I'm gonna get into that too. I want to make sure that with everybody that I meet, I feel like I'm your brother. I feel like I'm your brother. You can trust me. We can kick it. We can, you know, have fun. We can be friends. We can text in our DMs. You know what I mean? We can video chat, whatever. I want to make sure I'm like that.
Dog's killing me. I'm sorry. No, we're not editing it out because it's great. I love
Yeah,
it.
it's staying in there.
No, we're big family.
We're animal
So,
fans, so you're good, bro. You're good.
That
Solid.
dog gets a toy. Yes.
Oh my god,
Get it.
adorable. And you know what?
That was throwing me off for a second. So I'm like, is that
You're
fine?
good.
I thought it was
I don't know
your
how well
dog
that came in
too,
and out.
Ramon.
Yeah.
But I will say, and I will 100% vouch for as to what you said, and you do it. You do it 100% at GFest. You know, whenever we've gone by, yeah, you got your fans, but you make the attempt. You say, yo, to whoever, even you with me, I've walked by you, you're surrounded by your paparazzi and whatnot, and you're like, yo, United, what's going on, man? And that is like, that shows the growth and maturity. So 100% like respect to you, because you know some people, they can take that fame, bring it to their head and run with it and be like, I'm untouchable. I don't have to say shit to anybody.
Mhm.
But for the most part, people at GFest, even if you have a status, everyone's pretty fucking friendly. Like you don't really see a gigantic ego. Yes, there are some, and
There's
I think
definitely
we
some
can.
out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And I
And
can't
you got-
wait for this year's G-Fest.
To see, because that's something I think I've elevated too. I feel like I had a little bit more of an ego back then. Nowadays I'm a lot more humble as a person. I'm a lot more humble as a human being, and I try to be a little bit more versatile as a human being too. And realize like, hey, I'm not the biggest out there. I'm not the most popular. I don't get the most views. I don't have the most followers or subscribers. But for whoever does know me, whoever does tune in, watch me, support me on any platform, I appreciate them. And at the big, when we look at the big picture, however many followers I have, if you combine them all on all platforms, or if you just segment it to like Instagram or YouTube, if you put that all in G-Fest, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people still. So, I just try to be a little bit more humble and don't let it, I've always told myself, if I was ever to get like real famous, I don't want that stuff to get to my head. It can change you as a person, You don't ever want to be like that. So.
But unfortunately, it does though. That's the sad thing.
People can get caught off guard with it, and it just sometimes you have to live and learn, and it knocks you on your ass, and you're like, damn, I got to be a little more humble about it because it's not necessary to be so ego driven with it. But yeah, like I said, bro, I will validate that shit. Stamp, absolutely, bro. Who's got a question for the?
Well, I think Ramon does.
I was trying to add something, but it's all good.
No,
go
what do you
for
want?
it.
Shut up, John. Shut up, John. It also depends on the people you surround yourself with. John, I'm gonna fuck you up.
Well, I don't want to talk to you, Ramon, anymore, Mr. Fucking 63K over here.
Yes.
I mean, look, it also depends on the group of people you surround yourself with, because you want to have good people, good energy, those that support you, but also kind of pull you back and say, hey, no matter the following, the numbers, the blah, 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 you're still a human being at the end of the day. When I first went to GFest, my stepdad him and I had a legit talk about perspective versus perception. Just like when I met you for the first time last year, you're an amazing gentleman, and I definitely wanted to have that same energy. Like, no matter who I'm with, people want to come say hi to me, take a photo, do whatever, man. I always want to be welcome with open arms. So I just try my best to always remain humble, with the crowd of people, because it is a huge experience when you're around so many people. They want to say hi to you.
Yes, yeah. It's a job too. You gotta make sure that whoever you're meeting, whether it's a first impression or a second impression, whatever impression you're giving off, that it's a good one. It's a good vibe, and that you make them feel good on the inside when you meet them. You make that person say, you know what, I want to see more of them. I want to see more of what he does, because he makes me feel okay with being a nerd into this Godzilla stuff. And I think that was a big part of a lot of our, upbringings, with Godzilla coming up, anywhere from the early 2000s to about when 2014 came out. We can get into that. Like, a lot of us probably had issues about talking about what we were into, what we did in terms of collecting and Godzilla and all that stuff. I think I wanted to make that my mission, to be like, especially for a lot of the younger people, like, yo, it's okay. It's okay to just be like, yeah, I collect a bunch of toys, like, and it's cool. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And you can be my homie. You don't have to be. I don't care what you think about it, but this is what I do. I want to make sure everybody feels okay, comfortable on skin, to show that, like, hey, we do this.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
That's a great collection right there.
I love those fucking shelves. I love them.
That's
No,
awesome.
I mean, even like
all his stuff over there.
figure collecting has definitely gotten rid of that stigma of you're a loser, you're a nobody. It's now more popular. You see it
I'm a loser.
everywhere you go, even like from GameStop, Barnes and Nobles, whatever you have it. You have it all over there. So 100%. And that's a great thing, especially with the young ones, because, like the internet and social media, it can get pretty vicious at times. And it's always good to have the backing support of people who are known in the community that say, hey, man, it's fucking cool. You're cool. I'm cool. Look at my shit. Look at your shit. You're cool. We're cool. Let's fucking chill and hang at this awesome time. But 100%. Ramon, did you even ask your question, Ramon?
I'm getting there, but I would love for MZ to go.
What?
Okay, here's one of my default questions.
I'm just happy to be here.
You were at Toho. You're in a room full of all the suits. Which suit would you want to put on?
Ooh.
And we'll just say all the suits. No, none of this. Oh, they've rotted. Every single suit. You get to pick
So
one.
every single suit is in perfect
Is
condition.
intact
You can
and
pick
ready to be worn.
any one. Just one.
Yeah.
All right, Franklin.
Only
I
one.
think
Only
so.
one.
It's a hard, because I have 3 that I know that are still there, that are
Just know we're judging
intact. It's hard between obviously the Final Wars Godzilla suit or Space Godzilla's.
Oops, space, hands down.
you. Oh, God, Space
I
Godzilla.
would love to
Space
be
Godzilla.
Space Godzilla and be in the suit and act like, I got control of gravity and telekinesis and I'm about to conquer the world.
You mean just be a dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crystal manipulation.
Go after the children first.
I like that's a good one. The children first.
Okay, so in
Diddy.
Final
No Diddy.
Wars,
No Diddy.
Space, and then...
Instead of
is
shooting
there another
crystals,
tie-up?
it's just
The
lube.
other one I was going to choose was 2000. American.
Ooh, that's a good one. I respect
Okay.
that suit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Heavy metal Goji. I love it.
Yeah.
No, that's a solid pick.
That's my
Okay.
second favorite Godzilla after Final Wars. I think that's a perfect Godzilla design.
He redeems himself for Final Wars.
Okay.
Kidding. Oh, Ramon,
Alright.
is your question
Yeah,
ready?
that's a question.
Yeah,
That's a question,
I'm
buddy.
ready. So you were a vendor last year, right?
So I'm not ever really an official vendor. I have lots of friends that do the vending, and I think ever since 2019, because I've had such good relationships with a lot of people like Vampire Robots and
Don't you also help out with Claw Mark? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Hallmark and Seismic and
Seismic Toys, yeah.
Seismic Toys and Half Baked Fantasies, Nate and Anthony. You know, I'm good friends with all of them. You know, a lot of times I'm able to go into the dealer's room, you know, with all of them and just help out. You know, because it fills my heart to be behind the table, and I visualize seeing my younger self, like, you know, a lot of the other kids coming up and asking about the figures. I visualize that's my younger self, and you know, I try to give them a good vibe of purchasing figures from these different tables. So I ask these dealers, I'm like, hey, I don't want nothing in return. Can I just help you out? You know, and because we're such good friends, they're like, hey, yeah, come help out. We help set up, we help take it down when it's all over, we help sell. Tell me what price is this for, you know, tell me what you're thinking about doing with this figure and this merchandise over here. Should we move something over here and try to make this a little bit prettier? You know, I want to help out, you know. So not really an official vendor, but a helper.
He's a helping hand.
That was going to be my question, was like, what is it like, you know, because I remember last year you posting kind of behind the scenes here and there.
Yeah.
What is it like to see the magic grow before the show even begins? You're helping vendors out, you're helping setting up tables, you're just getting the room to look as beautiful as it can for us Godzilla fanatics to go nuts over. So what is that experience like for you to experience it firsthand?
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's amazing. You know, growing up, like, we would always do this thing where we try to be like the first in line for the dealer's room, right? We can't do that no more. There's people standing outside the line at 1 a.m. on Friday.
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
So it started in 2019. Like I said, you know, the vendors that we were friends with, they just invited us in to help out. And now getting to like the past few years, like the Hyatt era, we like to call it the Hyatt Regency era. It's a lot more magical than even like what it was with the Crown. Going in and you see the magic unfold. You see these vendors taking all these boxes and bins out of these trucks. You've seen that they've driven from California or New Mexico or New York or even there in Illinois. You know, they've driven their cars and their trucks out here, and they got loads of figures and stuff, and they're bringing them out, and it just feels so good to be able to unbox and see their inventories, but also see like, this is gonna make somebody happy. Like I unboxed some figures last year, like it was a bin of Safubi figures, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna make somebody very happy this weekend. I can't wait to set this up, and it looks beautiful too when you set it up. And it gives me the feeling of like, you all know this feeling because we all collect. It's kind of like setting up a huge collection room.
Yeah.
Your own huge collection room. Organizing all the figures, you know, in whatever way the dealer wishes, you know, it's a magical moment and something I never take for granted. And, you know, with GFest's new leadership, you know, whatever going on, you know, hopefully I can be able to have that blessing to do it again this year. We'll see. I definitely think I will be able to, but, you know, they have new rules. So if I'm not, okay, but you know,
Wait, is it not JD anymore running the show?
it's so JD, he owns it. It's Peyton, his daughter, who runs it. You know, and I was peeping last year, you know, that they were starting to implement new rules and things that previously there at G Fest, and I feel like they'll do even more this year. So,
is it good rules or bad rules? I don't.
It's subjective. It's all subjective.
I think I remember seeing a couple of emails having those statements about taking new leadership and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the whole thing. I just read bits and pieces of it.
The guy is very old. He can't, you know, he needs to help with it. So it's no, I get it. And hopefully they're not, you know, like extreme or overly forceful. But you know, you do need structure and organization at these events.
You do,
because
in order to run that con, because it's growing so fast. You know,
yeah, every year, dude.
That was 10,000 people last year. It was the largest one we had. This year is projected to be way bigger than that. You know,
I mean, I almost feel like it could be triple because they had to open up another hotel. I think this is going to be massive, and eventually, I would say, you know,
why can't they just move across the street?
I think a few years it's gonna be in that friggin'.
It's gonna get to that point.
It's gonna
That
get to that point,
stadium.
to the point where that whole building. So the beauty about GFest is a convention with inside a hotel usually, unlike certain Comic Cons where it's like inside an actual convention center. GFest is now growing to be that big to the point where we're gonna move it into this convenient convention center that this hotel is connected to right here. We're gonna move everything in there, all the dealers' rooms, the video game room, probably all the artist alley and the guest signings on, and make it look like an actual Comic Con, and all the guests can stay at all these different hotels are connected to this convention center.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do that now if they wanted to.
I mean, they could, but I think it would be. I think that they would too much space in a convention center right now. Like, if you were to say let's move GFest over to in the next fucking 5 days, I don't think it would fill enough seats at that.
So
convention
yeah,
center.
I get it because I've been in that convention center for Comic Con and it's big.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah,
But
it's like
it's
you know how
getting
we're
there.
so packed. We would not be packed in that con. Like we would not be shoulder to shoulder.
I mean, because even the vendors room last year, it was bad. I mean, everybody there was certain tables that were just shoulder to shoulder, and
Just fucking call it out. It was that one fucking table that they had all the SH Monster Arts figures, and then the other one had like the Bandai's and X Plus. Right there, and that everyone
they
just
fixed that issue.
stopped. That's
They
good.
did?
good.
So
Yeah,
I
because
don't
there's
know
a
if you
layout
guys-
right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
was
I
gonna say,
know.
don't if you guys
Oh,
have
I
seen
know.
they've changed the dealer's room to a much larger room now. With a
What room is it in
completely
now?
different- It doesn't have a simple rectangle layout like it usually does. It's kind of an irregular layout now, and that offers more space, more vendors tables, larger vendors tables. So how do I put it where it exactly is? It's still on the same level as the normal dealer's room is. It's just closer to the elevators. It's a larger dealer's room.
Okay.
So it moved the room's totally moved from last year.
Yeah, it's not in that same
try-
spot anymore.
I'm trying to think where it's at. Now.
What's going to be in that spot now?
I think it's the artist alley and something else.
That would be
See, that's cool.
better.
that
I
they-
did not
and-
like
and-
where the artist alley was last year.
Was that the
I mean,
statues?
they've been duping the artist alley for a while now. I feel like
Yeah.
it needed to be like for years now. It needed to be bigger, and I know there's all the rules and whatnot, which we don't need to get into.
That's
We
the
all know
statues,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about? The artist alley.
The artist alley is like with Matt Frank, Bob Eggleton, and
In that
like,
tiny
artists.
little room where it's only big enough for about
Celebrity
6
room.
tables.
I call it celebrity.
It's
Yeah.
definitely
Try-
much bigger now.
We tried to go there last year, and
Nah.
their line was like I think 2
It was
hour
out- it was-
wait,
it was
and we were like
Down the
it was-
freaking
it was-
hall.
It was stuck in the like the end of it was in the model room. It was so
Yeah.
terrible.
It
Model-
was-
All right, hands down.
Yeah,
No, for
I
sure.
hope they
Yeah,
get a
well,
bigger room.
I believe all the rooms are supposed to be bigger this year because obviously the amount of attendees they increase vendors, they increase artists, they
Yeah.
increase models and different competitions and stuff. So that with every single year, more and more people come, more and more stuff for everybody to do.
Yep.
And it's the
It-
30th
and-
anniversary.
Yeah,
too.
it's 30
30 years.
plus years. What was your first G-Fest, Franklin?
My first G-Fest was G-Fest 2013.
Okay.
2013, yeah.
And that was at the Crown.
That was at the Crown, yeah. I went with my dad so we got there. We had a bad layover. I remember this vividly. We had a bad layover on Friday to the point where we didn't get there until like 7 p.m. on Friday, which kind of sucked. And I spent there all Saturday there with my dad, and then we had to leave Sunday morning. So I was only really there.
Ooh.
Dang.
Yeah.
Oof, that's not enough. That's
Yeah.
not enough.
It was a little taste of what eventually became now. It was
That's
just like,
true.
this is your preview. You're going to get blessed later on in life. So,
Oh yeah.
That's looking at it half
Yeah.
full, I guess they say.
yeah.
Who else got a question? Because that was my question. I'll give
What's your holy grail collector? What's your number one house fire you're running out?
Dang it, that was mine.
Boy.
Nope.
It's so hard,
Got
bro.
me,
'cause, like,
Justin.
No, you got to pick one because I already know mine.
yours is
this
the
day.
Ebra now. Like, fuck.
No, no,
What?
Phil.
Not
What?
Phil, no,
Because
no.
I have so
What
many.
is it?
It
I
will
have so
always
many
be
stuff
my
Ruby
85 first one. You know
Oh,
what?
85?
Comes yeah. So I have my wife bought me my first X Plus, and for years I would never open it, never, till finally the other host Tony was like, you need to open it. He showed me. He's like, I open it, and I'm like, I'm so happy. That I have a lot of other ones that are more expensive, but that one means the world to me. So it's my first.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta know what's your first. What do you grab?
Which
What is it?
Sofubi?
There's so
It's
many.
Sofubi.
Like I have so many good Sofubi figures, bro. It's like
You do. You have a.
so
Even
many.
I am jealous of yours.
Your collection
You got
room is
some great-
stacked.
Thank you, and trust me.
I'll fucking.
They're gonna be even more stacked.
I'm gonna say, like, we even talked about it before. We're just
We
like,
talked about
this
your
kid's
collection on the
fucking
show.
collection is insane. Like, holy shit, dude. Because you know what? You're not the type of one that it's like you get a new figure like every day. So
Yeah.
when you get a new figure and you hold it, you do your little adorable fucking poses and shit like that. You're all cute and shit. And it's like, damn, man, you put it on the shelf and we're like, I don't want to collect anymore. Like, this dude just fucking killed me. Like, but
Now,
respect
me,
of
it
course.
just fuels my hunger because, like I said, like the collecting is a passion. It's more than just a hobby. It's a passion. It's something. I wouldn't even say like an addiction, but definitely a passion. It's something that gives me some good meaning in life. It's something that I really enjoy doing. It's fun. It's fun to see these figures on these shelves and move them around. It's fun to see my favorite character in this room that I have dedicated for him in my house. It reminds me of my childhood, and it reminds me of what eventually made me the man I am today. So I'm always going to keep these figures for as long as I'm blessed to live on this earth, you know.
Hell yeah.
Passing down.
Hell yeah, dude.
And be buried with them.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
it out.
To answer your question, I think my number one favorite figure in my collection is surprisingly not a Sofubi figure. It's
Ooh.
it's the Bandai Museum Godzilla 2004 from Final Wars.
Oh.
Okay. Does that one have the tag still?
It
Tag
doesn't
on?
come with a tag. It comes in a
Doesn't have that.
package, and I didn't get it. Actually, my boy right here, Spawn Jr. Where you at? So,
He's been sitting there the whole fucking time, right behind
fucked
him.
up.
Holy shit.
so
It's good, dude.
nice story. He knew that I wanted this figure. I think this was summer 2020, and I was eyeballing it on Manda Rake, and I wanted to buy it, but I was also saving up for my first apartment in Las Vegas and everything, and other furniture and all these other bills that I was paying for. So
Right.
there was one day where I was gonna go on there and buy it, and it wasn't there anymore. It was not there, so I was like, "Oh, I'm bummed." And he played it. He was smooth, like he seen that I was sad, but he was the one who bought it, and he bought
That's
it.
what's up. Good. Because you wait. You never wait. I've learned that. You have to buy it right now.
But his waiting helped him because his homeboy fucking hooked it up for him. So if he didn't wait, then the magical bond moment wouldn't have been there.
Shout out to Spawn Jr. for that.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Yep.
indeed.
Big shout out.
Well,
That's
shout
my
out.
guy right there.
I like
Him right
it.
here. He was my very first Godzilla friend I've ever had, and I met him at GFest 2013.
That's what's
Oh.
up.
That was the best
I like
thing that
that.
came out of that GFest. This guy right here.
Aw, that's adorable.
John was my first.
No one cares about that because I'm
MZ. It hurt.
I'm just a random dude that walks around and shit. No, yeah, that's awesome. I love hearing shit like that, dude. Okay. I mean, I'm disappointed that it's not a Sofubi. I am a little disappointed. I'll let
You
you
can
know.
let those burn.
I was really hoping because fucking I am fully addicted into those as well.
I
okay.
just can't
Is-
get
is
behind them. I
Hedora
wish I
Sofubi?
could. I
Is
wish I
Hedora
could.
What?
Sofubi?
So it's
What
like
the
a-
concept one?
Yes.
Yeah, I got that.
That was such an interesting grab from John,
That's
but
my
I knew
thought.
as soon as he saw it, it was
Nope, he's got one. What's he grabbing?
Uh-oh.
So it's like
I
an
just-
acquired taste,
Yeah, I just can't get behind it.
Wow.
So, like I said, I'm gonna a disclaimer. These are not mine. These are my boy Rodney's. Okay, this is Guido Goji's. But we collect the same style of figures, the Fubis,
That's cool.
and we love stuff like this because it's a mix of accuracy but amazing colors in a way. You
Yeah.
know? we love
Paint jobs
we
are
collect
insane.
everything. We collect anything. Safubi, Super 7 Bandai, X Plus, Monster Arts, Haya, anything, Trend Masters. We collect it all.
Ooh, hey,
This is where our hearts are, and for the last maybe since 2018, I think it was in 2018 to 2019, we had really started like branching into the Safubi era and studying these figures, and luckily for us, we were at the right time because that's when they really started to pop out a lot. And so all of our friends in our group, me, Spawn Jr., Guido Goji, King Goji Fan 2002, Godzilla, Super Goji 1974. We all started getting into Safubi, and we just absolutely loved it. Loved it to the point where it's the main thing that we collect now.
Yep, that's your target.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely becoming one of my things that I like to collect, especially with the weird ones. Like Ramon was saying to you, I got last year. I got the they got some great.
I like
picked
it.
up that,
I just
Jaguar 2?
I'm not the biggest. I mean, it really has to fucking hit me hard. Like last year, I got
Grab your attention.
the Hedorah concept figure.
And
the Hedorah ones are just gorgeous. Like, look at that. Is that the trans one too?
Yep.
Oh God, look, like, fuck. Bring that.
Yes.
Look at him.
This is a Giga Brain Hedorah figure.
Giga Ring's maybe a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have the what is it? The 54 with the skull?
No, he doesn't have that one. No.
Oh God, that one I want.
Is that a rare one?
Have that, though. One of our friends has that. I forget who has it. Oh.
It's such a beautiful figure too, because it's
Yeah,
like
there's so
you can
many.
see the skull like so well.
And Safubi has become such a inspirational brand of figure that other companies are starting to catch on and do the same thing. So
Yeah, Mondo is catching on with them.
Mondo, they do the Safubis. I'm talking like Super 7 and Bandai. They're starting to hit their Safubi era where they're now starting to produce figures of different wacky colors and vinyl textures and poses, and it's really an amazing thing because, one criticism I've heard from certain fans is like when you walk to a room full of Godzilla figures, sometimes it can be like very dull, not a lot of color, The Safubi figures make that pop out. Makes your room pop out.
They pop. Yeah. Because they go against the normal color scheme of Godzilla and the rest of the figures. It's like you have the Gigan in white and red and shit like that. Like it's like
That Space Godzilla was cool too.
Yeah,
the Mondo did a great fucking job on the Space Godzilla.
Yeah. This is one I have. Well, I have that Hedorah too and that Space Godzilla, but I also have this one back at home.
Mm-hmm. The original colors.
I think I've got that one, and it's all golden.
Yep.
This is the MMS one.
Someone just gave it to me, which was very sweet.
I want to get that one at GFest this year.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I love this one. I had to grab it as soon as I saw it was on sale.
I still want to know what would have happened if they would have kept Ghidorah that color.
I think I like that color more.
Would he have been as a fan favorite as he is?
I honestly would have preferred this one, but
I like the golden. I like him gold. I think it just looks menacing even more than the.
So Safubi figures, like they really, like I said, they make your collection stand out and pop out. They really attract other people. So if you're trying to be like a collector that has some type of following on social media, right? So we'll use me for an example, right? You guys have seen my room. You see how colorful and pop out it makes everything, with the Safubi figures mixed in with everything else. And, just the way I decorate. Just pictures or small pictures of videos of that room alone has boosted my following count on all platforms by 85% within the past year. It's just like I haven't even done that much in terms of content creating. It's just like I can take a video of the room and then post it on TikTok or Twitter and boom, 200,000 likes, 6.5 million views. Like, oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that attracts people,
They're growing in popularity because if you look kind of like back in the day when you had things like Bullmark and Marmots, like they weren't. They were kind of like a niche kind of collector, and like they were ugly. Like I feel like Bullmarks especially are gross. I hate the way they look. I think, I know there are people who love them because of that, but yeah. And then Marmots, I think have kind of changed a little bit. They're getting a little better with it, but yeah. So Fubi's, they're getting much better with it. So hands down, dude.
It's all like, you find your style in collecting,
Yep.
Like
everyone's a collector.
Acquired taste, basically.
Yeah, everyone's a collector, no matter what you can collect. The littlest shit to the biggest shit. It's how it is.
Unless you're just
Who's got
collecting street strictly playmates. I don't know about that. No.
No, let's fucking go. Ramon, you bitch.
I'll admit there was a time when I first got back into collecting. I was relatively new to the game. John and Tony, Tony, I love you to death. Hope you're doing well. Would always give me shit for buying playmates, but after a certain point, I kind of just like, you know what? I need to step up my game, and so now I'm big on SH. I'm big on Haya. Big on MMS. X Plus. I'm slowly getting there. There's just some certain MMS that has to grab my attention for me to go. Yes, I'm gonna get this X Plus figure. But I'm slowly getting there. And most of the playmates that I did have, I donated for Toys for Tots for Christmas last year. Yep. If I see X Plus -1 at GFest with blue dorsals, yeah, that's the one I'm eyeballing.
I feel like playmates you can collect them just to have.
They're just experimenting, yeah.
But it's really aimed at the younger fans, which I think is good because that's more of a fair price points for parents to spend. Like we've all been there. These figures, they're not fucking cheap. Even a higher figure, $50 to $70 as a parent, $70. That's a lot of money if you have kids. Yeah. So it's like
I still collect them. I collect them.
We don't judge. We listen.
Yeah, we don't judge. We
unless
listen.
You're me, then I get judged hardcore.
Yeah, shut up. Anyways,
they're starter figures basically. They're for kids.
Yeah.
We all had our starter figures. Those who grew up in the '90s had your Trim Masters. Early 2000s, you got our Band Art Creation. Today's era, they have their playmates. There are starter figures to get us into collecting. So when we start
horrible addiction,
we get into the bigger stuff, the more expensive stuff.
Yeah. And then you get a job, and you can afford that, and leave your parents alone, and then you could go broke on your own. Yeah, there you go.
That's a big thing too. Make sure this is one thing that I want to tell all my young collectors who are around my age, a little bit older, a little bit younger. Pay your bills first. And then I make sure all my bills are paid. I make really good money as a young man, but I make sure my bills are paid first and foremost, and then I go.
Do you do a savings account? Because I do a savings account. I have it's labeled Godzilla GFest saving account, and I put whatever I can in there, and that's what I have to spend.
My money in my savings. Actually, I barely ever have money in my checkings unless it's like for upcoming bills. That I need.
That's fair. So you tend to be on like that zero, and then you put it in just to pay your bills. That's fucking gangster. I don't care what anyone says. I would scare the shit out of me. I get passed down to a certain dollar amount. I'm like, oh my god, I may starve.
Yeah. I mean, I pay all my bills with my primary job, and then I do detailing on the side, which has hugely helped with this GFest trip. So most of the money I made for automotive detailing is all going towards GFest. So I'm a little scared to see what I run into in the vendor's room.
I've been traveling a lot lately. I do oceanography. I'm an oceanographer. So I was in Bahrain earlier this year. I was in Florida. I was in Germany, and I also take little side trips with my family and stuff. So I do a lot of trips. My job, since they like to send me out because I'm good at what I do. They asked me, "Do you want to go out to here? Or do you want to go out to there?" I say, "Yeah, let me go because I know you guys are gonna pay me some good money." And the most recent trip that I took was in Germany. When I got back, they paid me a very hefty check to the point where I was like, "Oh, this covers all of GFest. I don't need to dig into my savings for nothing. I don't need to dig into my checkings account for anything, And then
you got it right there, bro.
Paid at GFest too, so you gotta balance, you gotta budget. But I'm blessed to be able to do that.
So since that's your job, how creepy is the ocean?
Very creepy.
Thank you, because I know there's stuff down there. That's why I don't go swimming in the ocean.
You got fucking Titanosaurus down there, bro. Come on.
No.
What I do is I scan the ocean floor for like anything that's man-made, but also like certain animals too.
Nope.
And so I scan the ocean floor and I see what's down there, and I call.
And you're like, I'm done. See, I have that phobia. It was like a big stuff in the water.
Is it facile?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh, thalassophobia.
Yeah, I can't.
There you go.
MZ
with the words.
Because I can't do that.
In Florida, I went scuba diving, and I was actually pretty calm about it. I was not scared, If I felt free and I felt, like I was safe in a way.
How deep were you though? That's because when I went scuba diving, I could see the bottom when I jumped off the boat.
I couldn't see the bottom when I'm.
Nope,
at the
I'm out.
surface, But if I dove down like 30 feet, then I could see it. So,
Mm-mm.
and and it was free diving too, with no scuba tank. Sometimes, I would just go down there.
Nope.
Oh hell
Just
no!
felt free. But in Germany, it's different because the waters are murky, and when I'm on
Yep.
this,
Nope.
nothing but jellyfish, straight jellyfish.
Oh
Out.
god!
Out. Fuck
Straight
that,
to-
dude. Fuck
yeah.
that. Oh,
yeah.
seeing
I have
like
a question.
nano wars and shit. No, dude, I'm running.
Mhm.
Fuck
It's
that
touching
noise.
me.
All right, I got a good question for you, sir.
Okay.
What is one figure that you didn't like at first, but is slowly growing on you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let me think about that, bro. I want to see if he has one that I do have as well. I'm gonna wait for my selection.
Using the
Funny
resources.
selection, yeah. Just look all around you.
See, I want those shelves.
Yeah.
See, I don't like those shelves.
No.
Actually, I need to take a nice look at Mike. Let me go on Instagram real quick.
It's like I gotta go find this thing. Damn, bro.
Let me see.
Oh, trust me, I'm taking some time off after work when I come back, so I'm literally looking in the shelves myself when I get back.
I like floating
I just-
shelves better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You do have some nice floating shelves.
I
I
did
don't know if-
until I moved.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know if I
so-
want to go do that or just get those like dark wooden ones.
Dark wood ones are dope
You
because
know
you put
what?
a lot of
I'm gonna do this.
figures on.
I'm gonna say
Okay.
because I know a lot of people don't like this figure at all.
Okay.
And it's a new figure that came out.
Okay.
We all know about the 8-inch Bandai Kaiser Ghidorah, right?
Not the new one.
Poster,
Not the
poster.
new one. Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I kind of like it.
Well, you got John the Freeze again.
They're about to jump me right now for saying it.
Good.
We're-
Get this
we're-
guy off the fucking show.
I
Done.
support the jumping.
We're
also-
all jumping you with G-Fest.
This guy too. Bandai Irish.
That's the new one, right? That's the most
Yeah,
recent,
it's the
right?
new one. And it's because I've said this before. I don't know if you guys have ever heard me talk about it, but I've had several very bad nightmares about Iris in my dreams. To the point where he slaughtered one of my friends and terrorized me.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
okay.
It was a
Okay.
bad nightmare. Like I woke up huffing and puffing because of it. It got to the point for like the past couple years, I really did not like Iris as a character. I didn't want to see him at all. But after I started looking at the figure a little bit more, kind of cured my phobia. I saw an Iris costume at GFest last year. I kind of squared up with it a little bit. I got over it. I like this figure. It's a good figure. It's a good figure.
Okay, no, you know what? I think we all can respect that because that is it's kind of a therapy for you. But the Kaiser Ghidorah one,
Oh my
bro,
I'm
I
gonna get into
I don't know, man.
Let me get in there. So I
All right,
tend
get
to
into
like
it.
everything that Bandai drops. And I know I'm of the minority. I know a lot of people don't like a lot of the new Bandai figures that have been dropping, you know what I mean, within the past 3-4 years. The only three Bandai figures I absolutely do not like are the King of the Monsters Mothra, the King of the Monsters Rodan, and the Godzilla Planet Eater Void Ghidorah. The only ones I don't like.
Fucking noodle. Like seriously.
Don't like.
Golden noodle.
I like the 6-inch Kaiser Ghidorah, but it's not accurate. It's not good. I have better Kaiser Ghidorahs in my collection. I definitely do. I don't like it better than any other Kaiser Ghidorah I have. But for what it is, I look closely at it. I'm like, it's decent. I don't hate it. I like it. It's whatever.
To each
It
their
does
own.
job.
It's
It looks
just too-
good next to the 8-inch one. So
It's just too happy looking. Like if you compare the old school Bandai Kaiser to this one, it's like night and fucking day because they were more detailed back then. And I get it, save a penny, whatever. Fine.
I remember when me and John ran into it at last year's G-Fest, and I'm holding it in my hand, and John just has this disgusted look on his face as I'm holding, like, yeah, I'm okay.
It looks like a fucking radiated happy horse. It's just like, oh God, happy to be here.
I think I kind of liked it because they kind of, in order to make it a little kid friendly, they tried to do a mix of
That's fair.
too accurate but also chibi in a way. Like,
Yeah, I get it.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's definitely valid if anybody else hates it. I understand, and I don't. Hey,
It's like a valid. It's a good reason. It's an absolute
good reason. It's a good reason.
That's like legitimate. It's like it's a legitimate excuse to just fucking rip on that thing. It was bad.
If we see you at GFest and John lunges at you, I'll do my best to catch him.
You know,
He's not gonna have it.
How about this? Let me buy you all 6-inch Kaiju Ghidorahs at G.
Oh God! See, no, because then I have to keep it, and I don't want to keep it. Like I would have to. It would have to go on display because you got it, and every day I would look at it and be like, "This son of a bitch really fucking brought me." Like, fuck,
Well, you
I have
signed
to
it,
have it
tag.
now.
That's something that me and my friends do because we know we have varying opinions about a lot of different figures. So at G-Fest, we kind of try to screw each other over and buy the figures that we know we don't like for each other.
That's funny.
So like,
Guys,
That needs to be a tradition.
he just gave the idea. Prepare for the worst. That's it.
Oh,
it's either that or you buy the kaiju that they really don't like. So like, say they try to buy me Iris, or it's not that I don't like this character from Ultraman. I don't know. I'm annoyed by him. Bird on.
Who?
You know, they want to try to sneak a Bird on figure in my bag for Rodney.
That's funny.
He doesn't like the Bandai Godzilla 1998 or the Zilla. He just doesn't like that character at all. So I want to try to sneak that in his bag. You know,
Yo, how mad someone gonna be? It's like open up the bag, it's fucking 98 or Zilla in there. I would throw it, bro. Shit. That's good.
there would definitely be some hands thrown. I can
Oh
tell
my
you that.
God! This you have given us the inspiration to do this,
Yeah,
and
by all
now
means, man.
everyone's
It's
getting
gonna be
Gabra.
bad. It's
Fuck all
getting-
you.
It's better than Manila
Yep.
Oh, you're getting Final Wars Manila,
with a seatbelt.
and I'm gonna
Final
put a
Wars-
recording
Final
thing in
Wars
it, and
years.
going. Huh?
Final Wars and Gears for Justin.
Don't do that to me. They
I
ruined
love
my boy.
I actually like Final Wars and Garrett.
No.
I like Final Wars and Gears.
No,
I think it's a great design. It's a
MC,
figure I
what do
need
you
to
got,
have.
my man?
You got any
I'm
questions?
gonna run the bathroom.
MC's just like, yeah, I'm just happy. To
And I'm just like, I don't collect figures, but hey, it's cool. I like looking at them.
That's okay though. You know,
I collect books, resin kits, and artwork.
That's
for
we can
God-
get.
But
into
you
that.
do have some cool shit.
You
Oh,
do
yeah.
have
He's a
something
collector.
cool. You have some
He's-
cool shit.
He's still a collector. One thing I've done a lot too since probably my first one that I got. I think I was 13, maybe.
Mhm.
I've been heavy into collecting comics, obviously specifically kaiju comics, and even more specifically Godzilla comics.
Mhm.
I have 2 fat stacks of comic books that come up to like right here, strictly Godzilla.
Wow.
Good on you, bro.
Strictly Godzilla comics. I love them.
I was lucky enough that in 2004 I got to meet Art Adams, and when they did Godzilla issue #1 of just Godzilla's face, he signed that for me, which was really cool.
That's dope.
Was that that was a Dark Horse series,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That I love. And so speaking of the comics, is there, since with all these ones that we're getting like left and right, I can't even keep up. Do you have a favorite?
Let's see. So, favorite series, that's Rulers of the Earth. You know, that might be a generic, thing to say, but
No,
love Godzilla
solid
Rulers
pick.
of the Earth. I think Godzilla Rulers of the Earth is probably top 5 best pieces of Godzilla media. I think if they were to make that into like an animated show, it would do numbers. I think that's like, it's a great story. I love it. The amount of kaiju and the screen time, the character depth and analysis that each kaiju gets, and the way they showcase each character's strength and move sets, and even the human characters is pretty fun to keep track of. I like that series a lot. But my favorite comic. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I 100% agree. If that was a series,
Yeah.
I mean, if only we got that series instead of the trilogy, I would have been happier. But I listen.
Oh yeah, everybody would be. Yeah, absolutely.
But what you were saying.
My favorite comic issue, is the one shot of Godzilla Rivals Space Godzilla, done by Matt Frank.
Okay.
Absolutely. Space Godzilla, besides Godzilla, is my favorite character, favorite kaiju. And, I love that movie a lot, and I love the character a lot. I love anything that Space Godzilla is in, but I think that comic really spoke to me because it gave him a lot of in-character depth and analysis and good writing for him as a monster, as the main character of the entire story, showcasing his abilities, what he's there for, what he's thinking in his mind, and just how much of a dick he is too. It really highlights him as a villain and a foil to Godzilla. Like, it represents Godzilla's worst side of himself. That's what Space Godzilla is, and I feel like that comic did that character a lot of justice. And that's something else I would love to see animated, and I can go back and read that 10 times in a row and just still be amazed at it, regardless if it's a one shot. And
Nice.
actually, too, I'm pretty good friends with Matt Frank. I've talked to him about certain things. I'm All Monsters Attack. He told me that, it's ambiguous, but I left it open for interpretation that comic is a sequel to Godzilla versus Space Godzilla.
Interesting. Okay. A little tidbit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because there's some panels in there where it shows Space Godzilla having flashbacks to his fight with Godzilla, and it's that '94 suit. It shows him in Fukuoka destroying all that. When you sit down and read it.
I'm gonna have to fucking pick it up now because I did not know that. And
That's
we just
cool.
had fucking Matt Frank on here and he didn't tell us that
Yeah,
either.
in March. What the
Damn.
hell?
Matt Frank, we're coming for you today.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you at GFest, brother.
GFest. It's
My
on.
word, Matt. My words.
And I got the Fukuoka Space Godzilla figure from SH.
Yeah.
Haven't opened it yet because when I come back, I'm gonna do some reorganizing in there. That's gonna be completely changed.
It's the best one.
Yeah,
They did a good detail job on it. I will give SH that. It's a great box, Ramon. It's a great box. Love the box.
I just hang on.
This is like, guys,
Or you just start pulling out
guys,
Space Godzilla stuff.
check it. Look, guys,
Crystals I made at
look,
work for
my
it.
box.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Here,
cool
you
crystal,
see,
man.
now you guys just need all these little crystals that I made.
Well, I want some. You know why?
I might have to cash in on you, MZ.
MZ, you know why? I got the big guy coming.
I'd love to compare them to like the.
Yeah, GojiFranklin. I got a. Which one did I get? The Easy
The-
Hobby
Good job,
Space Godzilla, and it's on its way to me
TYG?
right now.
TYG Toys? Space Godzilla? Oh, wait, no. You said Easy
Hobby.
Easy
The
Hobby.
Omega
Yeah. I was
yes.
my brain was going to TYG because I was going to tell you guys that that clear Space Godzilla that they dropped, Spiral Studios TYG. I bought that. I have that.
I'm going to keep my comments to myself about Spiral.
So
Yeah,
Very
I-
sad. Very sad.
I bought that figure. I was in Germany and I was up at 3 a.m. for the drop.
God.
Yeah, I did not want to miss that because I missed the Final Wars Godzilla that they had, and I also missed their Ace Godzilla.
Are you gonna go for the Funko Pop Space Godzilla?
Yeah.
I'm going for that. I really dig it. You can't see it, but I got that. What's the poster version X Plus Space Godzilla? I really dig that.
Oh yeah. The is it 25 centimeter one?
No, he's 30.
It's 30?
It's the one with the green.
I'll go
It's the
get
green
him.
on it. What's
We're gonna
the
go get
artist's
him.
name? I forgot the artist's name. He's the one that did all the sick prints for the Heisei series.
Oh wow.
Bastard.
I just felt like that X Plus. I don't know. It just felt too chunky for me. I don't know
It's
what
the
it was.
legs. They give him extra.
Yeah.
He does have some.
I,
thick legs.
I, yeah, but if you kind of like
It's the
compare,
same mold, just different color.
no, I don't. No, that's different.
The one that he has is the 25 centimeter repaint for the.
Are you 25? Nah.
Yeah,
Look at
they're
the box.
not actually 25, but that's the 25 centimeter version of it. The original one of that one, I've been hunting for that. That thing is a pretty penny. I can't.
You can't. That one's probably fucking rare.
This one,
as shit
this
to
one
find.
right here. This is also this is Rodney's, but I also have this one. I got this guy in 2017 for $180 off of Amazon.
Ooh, you beat me. I paid 4 or 5 for mine.
Oh my god.
Well, that's not
See, but like even like that's how like you can even see how the difference of figure collecting has become, and whatnot. Like now, these vendors and people can skyrocket the fuck out of prices.
Exactly.
You pay $150.
son of a
that, like,
bitch. He
now?
is 25.
Get
you go.
fucked.
Especially,
Jesus,
You
John.
lied to me.
You
well,
lied to me.
especially. So here's the thing: like after the aftermarket is crazy. So this is why I think it was one of you guys mentioned. Don't wait. That's a true
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
All right.
Don't.
It's a
One,
rule
yeah, my
I've
experience
told
also was I
so many
waited-
fucking people.
Yeah, I waited to buy on Saturday when I showed up Friday, and I was like, "Oh, they raised their prices on Saturday,"
Yeah.
and then on Sunday they don't drop their prices, and I was just like, "Come on!"
Well, now, then you have to haggle them down to the prices that they were on Friday. So that's their wiggle room. But yeah, I think it's a rule. You don't wait. If you
I
see
need
it,
to learn
fucking
with me
get it.
'cause I can't
Especially if they
handle
only have one of them, you're gonna lose.
Oh yeah.
Some
I
dealers will
had to
work
learn
with you,
that
too.
painful lesson the hard way.
Some dealers they'll work with you. They'll bargain with you. Some of them won't. And
No.
if you really want it, you're just gonna have to respect the price. Maybe
Yeah.
If
Or
you really
beat their
don't
ass
think-
afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
mean,
am
the-
curious about this year though, with all the
Oh, yeah.
everything going on in the world, and I feel like last year
It's gonna be up there.
I can see it, and I'm curious to know their quantities that they have, because I feel like last year, not much. Like the tables were half empty by Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah,
Friday,
no,
dude, they cleaned house.
Yeah,
I'm cleaning house Friday.
So one thing I do know is that this will be a very, very full dealers room this year in terms of inventory.
I know what I'm going for. There's only one now.
There's a lot. There's a lot of stuff that they will have, and you may think it may look cleaned out. Come Saturday, they will restock, and it may look even fuller than it was on Friday.
Do you
That's
you
what
know
you're
the
saying?
dealers? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Justin.
So you know pretty much a lot of dealers. Do you know if there's an 85? What's the one that Tony has with the Super X?
that's the 80.
It's
You
like-
mean the 84?
I
Yuji
call
Sakai?
it 85. I don't care.
It's the Yuji
Yeah.
Sakai X Plus with the
Do you know
with
if
the
that
Rick.
will be there? Yes, it's there with the Super X.
I'm pretty sure. It's
I feel like Vampire Robots is gonna have it. Like, I feel like he would have it.
If anybody's gonna have it, it's gonna be Mike. There's also
Yeah.
so there's some sleeper tables that have a lot of X plus. I think what is one of them called? Shit. What's the name of that?
Because right when we enter the team and we have to make a right turn hard, don't we, boys?
Yeah.
There's something that I
Ebra. You're getting the Ebra.
I already got.
Seismic
got it, bro.
and Exian, they may radioactive too. There's another table though. Fuck, I forget the name of it.
I'm looking for Evolve Rick. That's my last Evolve I want. I'm done collecting.
Evolve Rick will absolutely be there. Any X Plus that's come out within the past 2-3 years is most likely gonna be there.
I think this year it's
going
going to be a better choice with X Plus, because last year was kind of meh. I really didn't feel like they had. Wasn't much.
Yeah,
But
It was like a
wasn't-
couple golden eggs here and there, but very rarely.
Yeah.
You got, oh, there's another one.
Like no one had Gamma Rebirth. That's what blew my mind. Then I found it at a random con, and that took me a year and a half to find.
Mhm. Yeah, no. There's a few X Plus that I wouldn't mind getting this year. Like,
Ooh, who are they?
so for the past couple years, I kind of skipped out on this guy for other figures, but I do really want him. It's the 25 centimeter Orga. I do want that Orga.
Respect.
Is that the Rick? Are you going for the Rick?
I
Is
don't
the Rick
care
have the
if it's
alien?
the standard or the Rick, either or. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, that
the
alien.
Bacon.
Is,
The Bacon that dropped, I definitely want that.
I don't. I got to see that in hand, because
Yeah.
I wasn't sold on the paint job. It just
Yeah. 'Cause it's
little
not as-
off on it. It's not like right. It's not like video game accurate, as you could say. It like it was a darker color rather than that gray and red and shit. But the sculpt looked fucking incredible.
Didn't they
Looks
use
neat.
the Godzilla color scheme?
Yeah,
I feel like that's what it looked. That's what it looked more like than.
They use
But
the
it's
Gazi
still
Bond
like
design.
why use that? Like the gray is like I feel like is more of the nostalgia curse
I think
than
they use it because they have a more like a.
it's more relevant nowadays.
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
they
that
have
makes
the
sense.
puppet. They physically have that puppet. They
Yeah.
don't have a Batman suit anymore. It's
Yeah.
easy to make the Bandai one. We can do that, but like for
Yeah,
a
just-
full-fledged 30 centimeter figure like that, you want to get a better representation so you can get all the details in it. So they went with that.
What's
Yeah,
your
it should
other
be
what's your other find that you want?
Is that my number one find?
What's something else
find.
that you want to find at
Another
G
find,
Fest
X
this year?
Plus.
Or anything, doesn't have to be X Plus, whoever, like a figure. Who are you going for?
Let me look at my list. I have a list.
While he looks, I'll tell you guys mine. I'm trying to find that. Not the shitty one, the old school classic Godzilla toilet paper holder. The one that
Oh,
you
dude,
sit
that's
in it and it
rare.
roars. I gotta find
my
it this
God.
year, dude. I was there last year, I think, and once again, I didn't do it. I went back there. It was
Don't
gone.
hold
I'm
out.
So
fucking
you're telling
getting
me
it.
you're gonna. So you're telling me when you go home, you're gonna install that thing while you're doing a spooky dookie and just let it rip while you're.
I want to. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
use it. You gotta use it.
You have to. Why not? Let me wipe my ass.
Aw.
My number one figure that I want to find this year, I don't know if any dealers or vendors are watching at all. I don't know if it's going to be there. If it's not going to be there, I might have to wait until this company drops another one, which they did say they will, but I don't know when. I might have to be on the spot, just like I did with this previous figure, but I want to buy the TYG Spiral Studios Final Wars Godzilla. I want
I gotta look.
Is
that
that
up.
the that's the red? It was red, right? A bit red, I think that
It was
one
red,
was.
and there's 2 different variants. Here's one of them.
Oh yeah, you're gonna show it. All right, cool. Let me go back.
Right, that one, and then
Oh,
they had
that.
the.
Okay.
It was the roaring pose, right? The other
was
one.
way off.
Too.
Yeah,
Um,
that actually, and as much as I'm not a huge fan of that design, that figure is actually really, really nice looking. Like I was shocked myself. I thought about it for a couple seconds. Yeah,
This one, right? This is the one I prefer. Say
Okay.
this one's not there and the other one's there, I'm taking that one. I don't care. I want it. I want it.
I think
It kind of reminds me of the Godzilla sake bottle I just got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Pretty
what
much
I was
it.
like. Man, this looks familiar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
I
love
MZ,
I
like
got
so, MZ's a different type of collector. I don't know if you know this.
Mhm.
Like he's like weird, like books,
Resin
like
kits, artwork. Yeah.
yeah, your
So-
artwork.
He basically collects everything that I collect, just minus the figures. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I've got
Pretty much.
hundreds of figures. I do,
Yeah.
but I just
He gets
don't
rid
really
of them.
buy them anymore.
You
Yeah.
just stop. You know, you don't do it. Right?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with just looking at
I
them.
think that book you have, the -1 book's my favorite collection you have.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was really happy that I got that.
Yeah, I'm kind of jelly of that
Mhm.
one.
And I did get a Holy Grail from MZ, and when that box arrives, either before or after GFest, I will get emotional opening it because I've always wanted it. I bought a.
what are you
SH
getting?
Monster
Are you crying?
Used
SH
condom.
Monster Arts Biolante.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I sold it to him for way cheaper than I thought. I told him, I was like, yeah, I thought I said this amount. And he screenshotted it. He's like, no, you didn't. I was like, God.
Good job,
Womp,
MC.
womp.
He got you when you were drunk.
I know. I'm like, at least I know where it's going. So if I ever
I've been
wanted to
seeing
see
a lot
it,
of
I can just
people-
look at it.
That's fair.
I've been
That is-
seeing a lot of people pick that figure up recently. Actually,
The alligator.
Yeah, I remember I got
Was he?
it in a trade. I think I
Oh.
gave someone some like 98 Trendmasters Godzilla toys for the Biolante. And it's
Now,
just a
see,
beautiful sculpt.
Now
Folks,
I'll
if,
stick.
if you're
I only
watching
got-
this right now, you are witnessing what a collector does on a daily fucking basis. Going through figures, moving them around, making
Yeah.
sure they ain't dusty and
Yeah.
whatnot. Careful.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
there
look-
it is.
Wow.
Look at the
Yes.
See,
alligator.
I'm sorry. I
Oh,
don't
I-
like the neck. I don't
Yeah.
like the
That's
neck.
SH.
It's gonna
Yeah.
go with this too.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I'm happy that you. I'm happy. Hey, awesome.
And
I know
again,
it's a
si-
rare figure, but so if I only got one Biolante and your friend's right there, does he have the D for real one?
nah, I don't think that's my only figure. Yeah, this is.
Is that the light up? Is that a light
Is
up?
it the
one?
special color version? Yep.
Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, it lights up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there's
belly.
2 different ones.
He got a little belly light up there. Yeah.
I don't know which one I have.
Yeah, it's a
when you-
great gimmick. I just wasn't a fan. I get it from a side angle. It looks solid, but straight on with the head up, like how they did in some of the promo pics. It
Love
just
it,
looked
but
like a
this
fucking giraffe.
is the Biolante to have.
Oh, I've showed you guys the Biolante stop motion puppet I made in high
Yeah.
school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But
No,
I,
I love it.
I own 5 Biolante figures.
God.
I've only,
Do you
I
have the
only own
original?
2
I feel like you.
NMS.
I feel like you got the original Bandai one at GFest like
Yeah,
a
I
couple
have
years
the
ago.
Original Bandai.
Let's see, MC.
Bandai.
Look at that. That's a stop motion, dude.
Yeah, made that.
Look at. Go to. Can you zoom in on the mouth? The big mouth, the alligator mouth.
That.
Look at that. That's Jesus.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's
See,
latex and then filled with foam and then
I'm telling you,
These
if
are
you
all just-
sold that, that would sell so much.
it's because
That
it's the
thing's
only
ridiculous.
one in existence. Like I said, I made
He
this
could
like
sell that for a
30
few
years ago.
grand, and
I
think
got
someone would buy it.
$3 cash.
You take Apple Pay?
$3, MC.
I got a bottle of Tide. I don't know what that's
used.
gonna do for you.
Sparkling ice drinking bottle.
Okay,
You got
MZ's
backwash.
Imagine figure for it.
Oh God.
hand. That's the
Oh,
Korean movie.
Daimajin. Oh yeah. My buddy John over here. I asked for his help to help me find another Holy Grail. It's an old school Bandai figure, the Frankenstein one, the 8-inch Frankenstein
Uh,
from Frankenstein versus Baragon. I
wait,
definitely want to find that one at this year's G-Fest.
is that the Prince
Franklin,
Bandai
didn't Bandai make the Frankenstein figure? 6
They
inch.
made they've it's 7 inches. It's the Bandai Premium. Is that the one you're talking about?
I
Yeah.
feel like I am because
It's not MMS.
I remember them coming out with it, but it's like you can't find it fucking anywhere, and if you do, that price is
Yeah.
insane.
My friend Jonte, King OG Fan 2002, Jay Zilla, by the way. Go check out his music. He's dropping a lot of music on like sampled Godzilla tracks. He's
The videos are so much fun. I love watching them. They're so, fun.
They're great.
Yeah, he got that before.
Your mother.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hit my leg. I got long legs and everything is so fucking close together.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just hit my leg. Continue.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. He got that figure along with the 2 gargantuas as well, the premium ones. So I haven't been searching for that at all. I definitely wouldn't say it's not going to be there. I think there's a good chance it would be there.
We'll find out this week. We'll find out this coming weekend.
Yeah.
If I see them, man, it's on like Donkey Kong. I gotta get them.
Okay. I got a question for all you guys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So one by one, I want you guys to tell me your favorite GFest memory.
Easy. I only have one because I only been there once.
Oh, I got one.
I'm gonna let these guys go first because
No, I want John to go first because John.
No, I've been going. Respect your fucking elder, you fucking meatball. All right, go first, you young bitch.
I'm okay. I guess I'll kick it off.
Yeah, right. You will.
I guess it was late at night, and when we were leaving to go back to our rooms, John is stumbling all over the hallway, and his glasses go flying in the hallway.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't even know how it happened.
Of Justin, Mihi, MZ, myself, dude, we were dying that night.
I don't know how that happened. That was a good one.
I think for me it was when we all sat around that table and just hung out. I think that was my favorite time.
Yeah. Love that.
That was my favorite meeting. Everybody, like I have to. So like I've known John and Ramon from going on a year, and then I meet MZ and we just like connected. I was like, this dude's awesome, and yeah, it's just like that. I like the meeting and the connection we have. Yeah, collecting is cool and all, but the friends stay with you longer than a figure can. I believe.
Exactly. See,
absolutely.
These guys, So all my Godzilla friends started cut you guys off on that, but
they're good.
All my Godzilla friends, I just really call them my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Andy, Jonte, Joey, Terrence, Rodney, both Chris's and Ian. You know, I've been friends with these guys 11, 12 years, and they're really my only friends that I have. You know, and
isn't it crazy? Yeah,
like in my city, like I have my coworkers, I hang out with them, here and there, but they're not my.
Those are your boys. Those are the ones you go to.
Right here,
yeah, yeah.
I don't really have high school friends, or nothing like that. I've moved so much throughout this country, and I've been all over the place. These are the guys that have stuck with me throughout every single state that I've lived in. I've lived in like 6 states now. So,
that's friends. That's friends right there. So you can't ask for anything better.
Yeah. And also too, with every state that I've moved in, figures have gone with me too.
Oh,
Damn,
I know that pain.
I
know that pain.
Right.
California, Nevada, Texas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida, yeah.
Jeez. So if you're the walking definition of Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man.
They go with me. They go with me.
Yep.
I know it's standard procedure. Whenever I have to move, I know what I got to do. Let's get the bubble wrap, the blow dryer, take these tails off, wrap them up really good.
Oh, I hate that.
Do it though. Sometimes it takes a couple of days to do it, but it gets done.
John, you got the look on your eye. What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I'm thinking about his question, and it's like it's a very interesting one for me.
Meeting you guys.
That too.
I was telling John. John was the only one I had talked to before I even went to GFest, and I was just like between projects, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go. Fuck it. I might as well. I bought my tickets like 2 weeks before the event.
Yeah,
and I showed up.
Yeah, I remember.
And I met the rest of you guys. I was like, well, hi.
I was just like, yo, you got to come through. And then I was like, you're going to be great with the boys. And then he was, and I was like, yeah.
God, it's so great. Yeah.
It
the messages.
I would have to say to answer your question, it was the year, I guess, like, I don't want to say it was my first, because it wasn't because I went to GCon 95.
God.
Yeah. It was honestly, it was in 2018 when I went back, and it was seeing everybody, the fans, and this was I guess prior to United Godzilla fans kind of becoming more known and whatnot. Now, of course, like you and I, like we had talked on Instagram and whatnot, so we were all friends, and even seeing you guys and whatnot, just that whole camaraderie and from the kids to the adults, the fans, and excitement, the noises, the rooms, and everything. I was like, I'm home, because as you stated in the beginning of the episode, when we're growing up, especially us, the older guys and whatnot, we didn't have the social media like you guys. The young kids nowadays, they have this plethora of knowledge of resources to get Godzilla stuff and become friends with other Godzilla fans. We didn't have that shit back then. We were the losers and the nerds, and we hid the love that we had. Fucking nerd, fucking kids.
Yeah.
But and just seeing everyone come together, you guys, your friends, all your boys, the Blood Moon Party, and all that shit. That's my fucking favorite memory. Just breathing it all in, and I'm like, I'm finally fucking home. I'm finally home.
Yeah.
So that was my moment.
And,
I love that.
and I will say, because of John, when I got started on my page, because I talked to him back and forth before we really got to know each other. It's because of John I have these amazing memories. I got to meet Justin, I got to meet MZ, and so on and so forth. So when I go to GFest, this is more than just another trip to some other part of the world. I'm with my people. I'm with my brothers. I'm with my closest friends that I talk to every single day. So I'm just super excited to add another year to my chapter, and doing this is going to be an amazing honor.
I honestly think that's why we go. Isn't it? Actually, yeah, Godzilla Fest is cool, but it's like us. We're going to see each other.
I want to go.
Yeah.
It's the friendships. It's the friendships that we've made and the friendships that we're going to gain out of it, because that's why we're all fucking depressed after it, because we're leaving our friends. We're leaving the people who we feel safe to be vulnerable, to be our nerdy selves, to say, hey, listen, I like Gabra. What's up, bitch? Like, fuck you. And your boy would be like, yo, you're weird, but I love you. So fucking rock it. That's what I feel like GFest is different from other cons, because you don't really see that. You go to like Comic-Con and everyone is just nasty. Like, no, I feel like no one's like really like that friendly. But GFest is a place where you come to because you're welcomed. It's a warm welcome. Right, and people just fucking talk to you. People just talk to you. They'll come up to you and go, I like your shirt, and yada, yada, yada. And you're just like, did we just become good friends? Yes, we did.
We just become best friends? Like,
there you go. We have. Yeah. And that's what is so beautiful about GFest. It's not just everything that you can buy. It's the memories that you make in the end. So, I think everyone does their part, and we just have a good time. That's it, boys.
That's it.
Sir. So, if I'm going to say, let's bring this to a head. This has been extremely fun. I would personally like, Franklin, for you and all your homies to get on camera, let everybody fucking know where we can find y'all. Shameless fucking plug yourselves, your YouTube, Instagram, X, Twitter, Blue Sky, whatever the fuck you guys have. I want you to say it all one by one. Let's go.
Let's go with Rodney first. Let's get Rodney.
All right. Y'all boys can find me on Instagram, Guido_Goji. Same thing on my YouTube, Guido Goji. Same thing on Twitter. Those are the main things I'm active on TikTok. Right now. Oh yeah, TikTok. Definitely follow my TikTok. Same name. You can find me same name damn near everywhere. Yep.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Really do.
Glad to have you on.
So
Who's next?
They're spelled GHIDO_GOJI. And then,
nice. Who wants him next?
We were trying to grab him.
Make sure you wipe front to back.
Make sure you wipe front to back, man. Hey, come here, man. We want to plug your socials.
Come on, man. Let's give you the plug, good sir.
Make sure you wash your hands.
I did. I was washing my hands while you were being disrespectful.
I didn't hear the sink. You're lying.
Hey, come here. Plug all your socials in.
Smell his fingers just to be sure.
Oh my god.
Do not touch my hand.
All right.
What's that hand?
Man. All right, brother. Where you at?
Follow me on Instagram, Spawn Junior 54. Also on YouTube as well. TikTok and Twitter. X. Follow me on there.
Yeah.
Solid. I like it. Appreciate that. Thank you. Anyone else want to plug him in? Who else? Anybody?
You can do me, obviously, if you don't know.
Well, obviously you. Jesus, you're the goddamn guest. Forget it. No, go on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, just GojiFranklin on Instagram, GojiFranklin on YouTube, GojiFranklin123 on Twitter, GojiFranklin on Blue Sky, and GojiFranklin on TikTok as well.
Beautiful. Woo. I love to hear it.
Hell yeah.
Love to hear it. So,
Thank you.
as we said in the beginning, my friend, you have blessed the episode to the start, and now you shall bless the episode to end. Please,
One
take
more
it
thing.
away, my friend.
Can I get you guys, because so last year I didn't vlog GFest at all. My footage got all erased because I went to San Diego right after, and I was at a pool party, and my phone fell into the
Likely
man.
story.
It's all gone. So I want to see, could you guys just all say what's up to my vlog, because I'm vlogging a lot this year for YouTube.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got you.
Absolutely.
Just say hi, everybody. Say
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Yes, sir. And then we got Terrence and Rodney back there. Yes, sir.
So much fun. I love this shit.
Oh,
It's
that's
G-Fest
beautiful.
time, man. United Godzilla fans.
Yeah,
United Kaiju
see,
Podcast.
I'm not the only one that says it.
You are the only one that says
Unite.
it. Fuck you.
Unite Godzilla fans. United Kaiju Podcast.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you guys so much
Appreciate
for
that.
having me on, man. I really appreciate it.
And listen, while you vlogging, say it. Say the phrase, my friend.
Say the
Close it
phrase.
out.
Phrase. Daddy's home, cake every night.
Yeah.
And
Yay.
with that, folks, we want to thank everybody for joining and listening. We want to thank GojiFranklin and the homies in the back. Really appreciate you guys hopping on, sending out the love and everything like that. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I hope you really enjoyed it. And guys, when you're watching and listening, leave us some feedback. We'd love to hear it. And remember, collect what you want. Have the heart for it. Have the passion for it. And who gives a fuck about what someone says about your figure unless it's that goddamn MMS Kaiser Ghidorah. Fuck that miserable fucking thing. I swear. But, so, guys, thank you so much. We're going to see everybody at GFest, and we're excited to. And as always, my good friends, stay united. We out.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
united. We love you guys.
Bye.
We are out.